Welcome back, Eigen people. So, guys, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. I think that still applies.
Yeah, for sure.
And guys, check out Eigenbros.com, Eigenbros on Instagram, Eigenbros on Twitter, Eigenbros2 on TikTok. And patrons, thank you guys once again for all your support. May and want greatly appreciate it. Patreon.com/Eigenbros if you guys want to check it out. I guess what's the title of this episode going to be, do you think? Something like
Hiatus, and then like and then soy boy faces or whatever.
Soylent Grin?
Soylent Grin, whatever. I don't know what it's called anymore.
Or should we do real clickbait and say final episode Eigenbros?
That's true, very clickbaity.
Right, so I guess if you guys are watching this, you see the title that, me and Juan are going to be winding down the podcast, unfortunately.
Doesn't mean content will wind down, but it does mean...
it does mean that we are
the sort of live podcast is going to be changing.
Yes.
Probably, we're going to get into the program of the episode, but essentially we'll unravel it there. But disclaimer, I have suffered potato poisoning.
So you might want to explain what that even means.
Yeah. So potatoes don't eat it if it's budding. I made the mistake of thinking that, as long as I took the little buds, the little flowering stuff off, then I would be fine.
Yeah, I didn't even know potatoes had flowers. It's news to me.
You're supposed to shave off the skin and then carve out the bud. So
right,
because that's where the toxins are, which are it's in the family of nightshade. So it can be pretty debilitating. If in high doses. So
you mean this is not you being sad because the podcast?
Oh yeah. Oh, actually, I lied, guys. I'm actually devastated. No, but it is. There is a sadness to it, but to me, it's it's going to present a lot of opportunities for the show to grow in some ways. Like in the way we deliver content, a lot of content creators they just adapt to the constraints. So in some ways, I don't know which one we'll end up choosing because we have plenty of options. I mean, because for the record, folks, I'm getting a job in a lab in Washington, and so that means that
Big Money One, you can call him now.
Well, big money is a little bit.
Some money.
Some money. Thank you. I'm moving literally across the country diagonally, and it's going to be a huge. It's just going to be a huge endeavor.
Right. So this is definitely going to be the last episode for at least a little bit because Juan's going to have a bunch of stuff going on, and we're not going to be able to. He's not going to have time to be able to shoot anything. So
yeah.
And then once he's in Washington, of course, I don't want to do the Zoom kind of deal because, I mean,
Terrence's not a fan of Zoom podcasts.
I can't stand them. And I mean, I tried to watch it with Bill Burr and Bert Kreischer had one together.
Yeah.
And I love Bill Burr. And I love Bert Kreischer too. And I mean, I couldn't even watch it. It was just so unbearable to me.
What is it about the Zoom ones? How did you manage to get through the pandemic through that whole thing?
Well, I stuck with the Tiger
it?
Belly, and then I also stuck with the H3, and they do that with their wives.
Yeah.
So it's still a normal podcast,
True,
right?
true,
Because
true.
H3, it's Ethan Klein and Hila Klein.
Yeah.
They're both in the same house, and then of course, it was Tiger Belly was Kalila Kuhn and Bobby Lee.
Right.
So they were already together.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, with the Zoom stuff, I couldn't do it, man. With some of the Zoom podcasts, I just couldn't even watch them anymore. The Two Bears One Cave, I mean,
yeah,
can't do it.
Yeah, I think I will say that the Zoom podcast is harder to. I mean, we've had to do Zoom shows before, like the Veritasium one.
Right, but those are more special because those are guests we'll never be able to talk to otherwise.
And I wanted to highlight that.
Yeah.
Because, Terrence, I think you will agree if there's a big get, those big gets, we will coordinate. I imagine we will coordinate something.
Right. We'll sacrifice
Yeah.
the quality for for Veritasium.
Yeah. I think those big gets are like super important. I think the show will exist in some form or manner in terms of these. Um, I will go out of my way to do an interview with somebody like Veritasium or Three
Right.
Blue One Brown or
We just might each have our own screen or
right,
something.
which yeah, and I mean like we can navigate these things, but I'm also not a huge fan of the Zoom ones only because you remove. I mean, you remove a lot of the language barrier for body language and just
Like jokes don't land right. Like someone says a joke and then it's like 2 seconds
yeah,
later.
the timing is off. It's a lot more it's a lot more rigid.
Mhm.
You definitely have to. It's a lot less conducive to what we do in a regular show.
Mhm.
So,
Right. Right.
so the flow will be different. It'll probably feel different just because, again, we're not in the same room. The body language is kind of hard to tell, and it'll
Right.
probably seem a little bit more serious. Who knows?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so, but we are willing um, to do. We're not throwing Zoom out the window. We're
Right.
saying
Right.
like,
But expecting regular episodes every week, don't plan on
right,
that.
right. So,
So, but yeah.
yeah. So that, and then I don't know. Do you want to add something to that?
Um. Yeah. Who knows? We may even switch up the kind of content we do. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe podcasting won't even be the regular thing. I'm still trying to think of what we could even do. I've done some other stuff on the channel where I've done like music videos. They've been pretty okay received. But I'm not sure if that's what people will come for. That's just more of kind of a fun thing for me to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Yeah.
I was thinking like I know these are huge, but I mean it's no mystery like YouTube's algorithm pumps out people who do 10-minute videos and whatnot. So
Mm-hmm.
let me crank my volume a little bit. I got to really work to
Project.
project my
Yeah.
voice right now just because the poison that's surging through my body is killing my energy levels. um,
Inconceivable.
oh, so yeah. So I have to exert a lot of energy to talk. But I will say
Mm-hmm.
that I've been teasing. I'm a fan of video essays, and I've been teasing that I want to do a couple, and hopefully, like, there's enough content there that we can maybe, or I can maybe learn how to put these out in some regularity.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it would be interesting, and I'm going to be working in a big lab, so hopefully, you know, maybe I can like set up situations where we can talk to people.
That would be cool.
Because they have
Like
a
one-on-one interviews where you like find someone there and then just do
right,
an
right.
interview. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I might as well just. I don't know if I should say it now, maybe, because I guess it's
Oh, where you're at?
yeah, because I guess
Maybe. I don't
right.
know.
I guess it doesn't really.
I'm always
matter.
reluctant.
I am reluctant,
I
but
don't want crazy guys knocking on my door.
let me just say it's where they do a big collaboration with LIGO there, and it's like it would be interesting to do content like that,
Mhm.
on-site content and off-site content. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities to to do different form content now,
Right.
and so since there will be more income coming in, the show can
Yeah, you can have
afford to
better
do
quality stuff.
Right. You can do a lot more things potentially.
right. You can do the Lex Friedman style of like flying
Right.
somewhere.
Right, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I still would like us to. I still envision us having a podcast with Andrew Dodson.
And Lex Friedman.
Andrew Dodson
Mhm.
seems very likely and possible, but Lex Friedman's a little bit more unattainable.
Yeah.
But it still seems possible
Yeah, I
In
mean,
person, I mean, like,
oh, I see.
like
Yeah,
us all in the room.
I mean, I think it's possible. It's just like the Lex Friedman model, and I'm saying that as like sort of us going to the guest, and
Yeah.
then
that'd be cool.
and it would be possible with both of us making money, and
Mhm.
it's just a matter of like how do we write this off on our taxes?
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I'm also trying to still look for jobs too. So, me and Juan are going to both hopefully be working. I mean, I have a job now, but I want to, actually have a job that's kind of paying better so that, maybe
Yeah.
I could do some more stuff like this too,
Yeah.
where I could get a job where I could take off and randomly
Yeah.
be like, Juan, let's fly out to freaking.
New Mexico to go do a podcast with Andrew.
Yeah. Which I mean, I'd be down for it. I mean, assuming my weekends are mine and not the company's.
Right, right.
But yeah, like I would love to do content like that, and that kind of opens getting more money kind of opens the show up, or more opportunities to do things like that. And go to guests, and trap them in a room or something. And we obviously we'd have to upgrade equipment. I mean, we can't do this $30.
I don't even know if they can see it. Can they see it?
No, they can never
No.
see it. It's a 4-channel mic input thing
Right.
by Behringer.
Yeah.
But everything would change. The camera setup would change. It would probably be more professional. 2-camera setup or 3,
Right, or
maybe
something
even
like that.
3. I don't know how fancy we would get with
Maybe
it.
even 4K cameras. Ooh.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I'm like it was the
Let's not get
show.
the excited. That's not to get the audience excited though.
I mean, for me, look, if we can figure out a way to like because we would put in our own money, but if you up the quality and then we do a type of Lex Friedman style, I think it could work. I think it could pull eyes and ears in.
It'd be weird though because we would like put an episode out with me and then one with you.
That'd be kind of cool though.
Oh no, I'm saying for both of us.
Like if you zoomed in.
Nah, I wouldn't want to zoom in.
Yeah,
That would be
kind
weird.
of awkward.
That would be kind of awkward. Yeah, just a floating face.
Yeah.
Shirama style. It would be weird. I mean, we can sort it out, but I think like even if it was just like both of us coordinate like ahead of time, like 3 weeks ahead, be like, we're gonna go interview this person in
that'd
this
be cool.
location. Yeah, and plus it would make us look more. Maybe we'll go in with suits, like Lex Friedman.
Never that.
Just a blazer, a tie, and then a button down.
White suits though, the inverse of Lex.
We're always ready to party.
Yeah. Sunglasses.
Right.
Yeah. No slacks, just in underwear. Yeah, that makes
In
it
person.
in person. Colorful
Man,
boxers.
that's a power move. That's a power play. I feel like.
That is a power. Yeah, like stuff like that would be super cool. I know that we've always hinted in past episodes like of what we would do if the Eigenbros had money.
Right.
It's sort of in jest, but in all seriousness, like this does, I think it opens more doors than closes. Having more money, and in some ways, this might be a phase 2 of the show. It's just going to be a reorganizing.
Yeah.
I would say.
So it's gonna be clunky for sure.
Oh yeah.
At least initially,
Yeah, it is going to be clunky.
So
Yeah. So.
But
Bear
at least we
with
built
us.
up an audience now where,
I don't think they're gonna really go anywhere. It seems YouTube's very consistent with the audience.
Yeah.
It's not like Twitter where it's just like a slow trickle of followers being lost.
Yeah.
but maybe that's just because my political takes. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to mix science and politics, but
Oh yeah, it's a bad move, but it's
Yeah.
Good for us, I think, because
well, this show
You get a-
doesn't
you
do
get a-
politics, Terry.
yeah. But the thing is, you build a stronger audience. I feel like.
Yeah, but I mean,
if your audience can stomach your politics,
Then it's like
okay, they're
no. I mean, yeah, like I know
just for
Brian.
podcasting.
Yeah, I know Brian Cox does it.
Yeah.
And so does a couple other big science podcasters. Just are very open about their politics, but
Yeah, you're
for
trimming your audience though for sure.
yeah, you are. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
No
like
matter
it's a
what your
50-50
politics
split. Politically,
Yeah,
it's almost a 50-50
But
split.
but even then, it just really depends, right? Because like it's not just about being on one side or the other. It can even be because I'm more in centrist politics, so it's like you're almost hammering both sides, and you're trimming
Yeah.
down the middle in some weird way.
In some ways, you're pissing off.
everyone.
Both
sides.
Yeah, I mean, you'll never appease.
But you're collecting the rationals, which I like. Which I'm like, that's kind of what I want.
I guess I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, it's more of like I do want to keep it Hopefully that doesn't stray people away. I will disclaimer for the future folks listening. Terrence handles all the social media, so
Yes, exactly. So
all
if there's any
all
tweets,
opinions belong.
right? Yeah, we may have to delete the tweets once we start getting real jobs.
Well, I mean,
They're gonna start using that against us.
yeah. I mean, maybe if they're really public, big gig jobs. But,
yeah, like if you start getting like
I know big
big positions and whatnot,
or
we
big
might have to start
publications.
seriously talking about curating the social media.
Oh, at that point, we'll just hire somebody. I think.
Right,
Just
right.
be like, yeah, just delete all the all the political.
Someone's
opinion
now
stuff.
saving all of our stuff.
Oh no, I hope not. Well, I mean, just say deep fakes.
Yeah,
Photoshop.
yeah. Fake
deep
news,
Fake
not
news.
real.
Excuse me. Woo.
But
It's
yeah,
poison.
we'll,
All right. Anyway.
but yeah, we'll see about that. But yeah, man, I think it's going to be interesting what the future shall hold. It's going to be definitely different stuff. Not entirely sure yet what the plan, the full scope of the plan is. But if the audience, if you guys even have ideas for us, I think that'd be really interesting to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Juan are definitely open to suggestions. Do you guys want more entertaining content, more factual science content?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like throw out ideas. What do you guys think? We're willing to listen and see what you guys say. But yeah, we're definitely gonna have to think of some different stuff we can do to keep the channel alive.
Yeah, adapting to the circumstances. I mean, I'm just comparing how other people operate within those constraints, and I mean, I think a hybrid of the two would be nice. The sort of Lex Friedman fly to the person or fly to the guest, and then and also zooming with the guest if they're available. So I like both approaches. Maybe a hybrid of both would be nice. Obviously, it's going to take some time to like schedule them, and we might even have to do like seasons.
Right.
Where it's like we literally have a back catalog, and because I mean Terrence and I produce and edit the shows, and to get a consistent product, we might have to legitimately like, I don't know, fly,
or just don't have it consistent.
Oh yeah, or
You're
just
saying
like do it as
how it looks.
No, like how TV shows do seasons.
Oh, I see.
Where
But
it's
when you're saying consistent, as in like output of content.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Where like you back catalog.
Oh right.
You record for like 3 months.
Right. You're right.
And then you know.
Yeah, that could be true. Yeah.
Yeah. But a seasons would be very interesting because
that
like,
would. It's going back to the old model.
It is weird. I mean that is kind of the old way. The local. I mean, what is it called? Legacy.
The legacy media.
Linear media. Yeah.
Right.
And then they do reruns.
I don't know if we could do that.
But with those, we don't do current events with those. It's more like stand as they.
And I guess you would just take off some time, like with Veritasium, like he puts out a video like every 2 months.
Right.
Or something. What was it? Every 2 months? Or
he does like one every couple months.
Okay. Yeah. So just be like, just do a bunch of shows, then put out one every week for like a month or something, and then redo that process or whatever it may be.
Yeah, I think does he do a seasons thing too?
Yeah, I think he does. Like he puts one video out every so often. He does all a bunch of legwork and research on one video. So it's very intermittent content.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? Like, do you guys like to just put it out as it comes? So like, if we fly to a guest, we put it out the following week, or is it better to just like back catalog episodes and then do like a seasons?
I think honestly, putting it out when it comes out is better, probably because it's more fresh in people's minds. Or maybe a mixture of the content. If we feel like it could be something to hold on to, then maybe do that. But if it's really relevant to the time,
maybe put it out immediately.
Yeah.
And I've seen content creators that just have no schedule. They just put out something whenever.
Yeah.
And just people will just watch whenever it comes out, So it's just like, I don't know, maybe that could be it.
Yeah, that is the video essayist.
I feel like you can kind of get away with that with YouTube.
It's like there's so many different ways that people do it. maybe we just have many options.
And maybe we can make more banger videos where it's like we know this shit is gonna get like
A bunch of views,
Mhm.
you know, who knows? Because with podcasts, it's more of like a slow burn. Like you're building up familiarity with the audience. They're getting used to your personality and everything. So it's kind of like a slow build.
Yeah.
But then certain channels will do like videos that are like, they're just like these banger videos that anybody who doesn't know you can just kind of latch onto and just
Yeah.
watch. And maybe we can do that, you know, to figure out that model. It's a completely different kind of thing,
Yeah.
but you know, it could be interesting to explore that.
you know like the video essays, like you're saying, like video essays, like
You can hit hard with those sometimes, you know,
Yeah.
if it's really on a good subject, especially. So
Yeah, I've seen some smaller content creators that show up on my feed. I mean, YouTube notoriously puts out. I mean, their algorithm prioritizes the data of when people watch is usually between 5 to 15 minutes of content,
Mhm.
and then they prioritize shuffling or putting those videos in front of people's faces, which is why you see all those
Right.
clip channels do really well.
right.
By the way, another thing that will probably happen during the hiatus is clips.
Oh, we can do that.
I'll
That's
probably
easy.
like that means we'll have to give I'll have to get a copy of all the old videos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I have a.
Well, no, you could also just download them directly too.
Oh,
Takes time,
true,
but you
true,
could, yeah.
yeah, true. I didn't consider that.
Yeah.
That's what I used to do sometimes. You know,
Yeah.
when I just want to get something, like I would just copy, cut, and paste like the time frame,
Yeah,
and then just download that section.
yeah.
If I was too lazy to get out the drive.
I hope YouTube allow. I don't know. Does YouTube create? Well, we'll figure this out in post, but.
What?
But essentially, clips, like getting clips for old videos and then just pumping those out, just so we can get more people to to look at old content. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, there's some videos that we have that didn't get enough recognition.
Right.
Where it's like we put a
Gem,
good amount
diamonds
of
in the rough.
right. We
Yeah,
put a
yeah.
good amount of production and time and there's like good information there, but it's like I mean
They may not hit.
right, just the algorithm
Yeah.
doesn't like prioritize those videos. And we've had great guests on. Like,
Right.
We have a back catalog of like really good people.
Right. Just cutting up some of those moments.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I've done that a lot of in the past, more so when I was doing the Twitter.
Mhm,
So I would put out clips at least one a week,
mhm.
and then I would put the subtitles on them for moments. So there are even clips that exist on Twitter
Yeah.
that they don't exist on YouTube, but they're definitely on Twitter. I mean, I think I also put them on Vimeo too. So I've experimented with that kind of format.
Rest in peace, Vimeo.
Is it gone?
I don't know, but nobody.
It's
I don't know.
stupid, but
I don't
it's
know.
there.
It's very closed form. It's not open.
Yeah, it's not.
I mean, it's got good quality and everything, but it's just like, why would I ever use this when YouTube exists?
yeah, yeah, the closed form media is very tough to
Yeah.
navigate and also network.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for the next phase. This might be phase 2. That might have been we might have phase 1 might have been that was our Avengers.
Infinity War, or
Well, yeah, well, no, but that might have been Avengers 1,
I see.
right? Isn't that
Oh,
what
we've
it
not
is?
even got started on the Infinity War.
Infinity
huh?
War is not even the Infinity Saga
Right.
is like a whole like we're not even collecting. The superheroes have been collected.
Right.
I mean, we learned a lot, though. I mean, I learned a shitload about editing and,
Yeah,
you know,
content creating.
content creating, like
Yeah.
understanding what hits in the algorithm, how to structure podcasts, what's entertaining. I mean, it was a lot of learning that I've done now. So
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, now the time being, if we did switch up content, whatever, like, it's not going in blind now. You have a better idea of what to do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think learning the hardest thing for me is learning, switching content
Mhm.
like in more short form or if like clips. I don't know how clips making is going to work, but I'm sure you've had experience with that. But
Yeah.
like, I'm not sure how to navigate that and like obviously getting people to come on the channel and like it's easier to share clips in a whole podcast. I know that, but
Mhm.
it's like and the people who have shared our podcasts, props to you.
Right.
Because a
right.
podcast is a lot to get invested into.
Yeah, watch this 1 hour long thing of two guys talking that you don't know.
So I know that the 5,000 of you that are already subscribed are like fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, fans of the podcast. So
OG.
respect. Yeah, that means that to me that's like you know the couple hundred core, you know, couple 500 I would say, you know, the
That always kind of watch.
that always
Yeah.
watch. You are the core.
Right, right.
So, you know, if we all moved into a city, we would we could apply for what is it, township? I think.
There you go.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I like our audience size, honestly, because it's like, yeah, I feel like we've got a strong audience, you know, a strong core of people that watch the channel.
Yeah.
And, you know, our Patreon number also speaks to that, too, because I'm like, our Patreon is doing numbers that kind of, that aren't usually high, I think, for the audience size that we have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is nice, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we greatly appreciate that.
You know, guys, so
Yeah, you guys have kept me single-handedly alive.
right, and this would be a good opportunity too if you guys want to actually check out the Patreon. I mean, it's only $1, and we've got like what
At least 100.
I think
Back
we've got at least
catalog.
100 episodes. We have
Yeah.
some posted up there that aren't actually like original content though, so I don't know. It says a number of them, but I think we've got at least 100 original, don't we?
You mean like us? Oh, like not just episodes that we've done.
Like because in the beginning of the Patreon, I would post the
Episodes.
the episodes that were already on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah, that's what.
But I just did that just to keep the Patreon active.
Gotcha.
And then it gives you a number of how many posts you've actually done.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's around a few hundred or so.
Maybe so.
And I think we probably have at least hit 100 episodes of
Yeah.
just original content.
Yeah, but if you want, yeah, that Patreon's a good way to further get into the minds of ourselves, of like what we think about
Right.
cultural stuff and just reflecting on like life stuff.
Right. So if you're not just here for the exclusive physics content, you know, definitely check out the Patreon. Just
Mhm.
$1 and you can
Access all that.
Yeah,
of course,
$1
you
and
can
you
give
get to
more
be
than that, but $1 is all you need to contribute. You can
Yeah.
access it.
$1. Basically, you get to be our friends essentially.
Right, you get access to Discord and all that. So
Yeah,
you know, we
legitimately,
literally
like,
talk to the other patrons on Discord, and people
Yeah.
are sharing their own content, videos, and stuff. I mean, we got a good group.
It's a
We got a
hang.
good, solid group. I love our audience,
I
honestly.
do too. You guys are awesome and
Yeah.
great, and I wish there were more people that would join the Discord because you're getting more bang from the Discord than anything.
Right.
But,
Me and Juan will be posting memes and shit. And
Yeah, I mean yeah. I guess it's more of a personality thing, and
yeah.
if you like us enough, you're already paying. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but thanks to you, the show has been going on and has been keeping on, and it
Mhm.
will be keeping on. So, like, we don't have to dig into that money anymore for like survival.
Right.
We can now actually use the funds to, that we both have jobs that we can
Mhm.
dig into supply and put into the show,
Mhm.
and and maybe buy lunch for guests
Right. Right.
if we go see them. Yeah.
Right.
So I'm excited.
Yeah. Good. 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 I'm a little sad, but I'm hoping that it will evolve into something cool.
Yeah. I mean, the hiatus is like, to me, a hiatus. It's not like it's like when bands just take what is it called? Like in between albums, they just like take time off. They're like, oh,
Right. Right.
we're focusing on life stuff.
Right.
It's
They've
like,
gotten the album out. It's all good. The album's
Yeah.
been out,
Tour-
so now it's time to chill for a little bit.
they've toured.
Yeah.
They've toured the album. They've done enough.
Mhm.
They're gonna chill for a little bit and figure it out before they go back into the creative process.
Right.
But
right.
for me, it's the moving process. So
Yep. Yep.
yeah,
And you're editing all the You've been editing like the last 50 or so podcasts or whatever it may be. So
Just the
and I'm not
summer?
going to be able to edit, so we
Yeah, I
we
have
can't
the
really
comp.
do it. And it also it's easy to shoot the podcast, but the editing is what's going to take the time. So
yeah. The editing is. I mean, some days it can be pretty
Yeah.
pretty big. But I mean, the thing is also I have I have the PC to do editing.
Yeah, you're gonna have to you're gonna have to pack all that stuff up.
Yeah.
I can't go back to the laptop, bro. Like back in the days, man. You
Yeah.
remember the editing on the and the laptop? I mean, it
know.
would be literally 24 hours of rendering. Like, and if
Yeah.
that went wrong, like if it hung up at 18 hours, I don't know if I can contain that rage.
Yeah. Damn, I'm trying to remember when the show switched. I mean, the show switched around maybe a year into it, where we started using my computer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because your computer's just so much faster. I mean, it just was like
Yeah.
night and day. I was like, oh my God. I was spoiled at that point.
Yeah, 2 hours of 2 to 4 hours of rendering time.
I mean, it was so bad. I used to have to edit the podcast with no visual. I couldn't even look at the video, so I had to edit all by ear and align everything just by the waveforms. I couldn't even see if it looked good.
Oh my God.
I had to put the images and everything on there, just completely blind of where they're actually going. I could turn on the video feed for 1 second, turn it off, and then put the image on. It was crazy back then.
Was hard. Well, yeah, I mean, we don't want to return to that. That's kind of what we're saying.
Right.
Yeah. I might have to upgrade my PC, who knows, but, we'll I mean, you'd probably have to get your own maybe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If I get some money, like I actually do have money now, but I mean like if I get some more money with a nice job and everything, I'm definitely buying a badass PC.
Yeah.
That's one of my first things on my list.
I'd really like to make a cluster if I could.
Oh,
like a PC cluster.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd have to really look into it though, how to do it, because ultimately if I did that, I'd want to somehow make it so all the processors can work together to render things. But we'll see. These are all like very lofty visions of the future. So
Yeah, because I mean, I imagine, because you're thinking about. Okay, so I'm going to a lab in Washington, but you said that you have a couple. Right now, you're looking at one that's.
So I've been looking all at industry jobs,
Mhm.
and I'm looking at one job where they've got an in real life interview for me coming up. It's an infrared company, infrared detectors, and their salary is. It sounds
very
good.
competitive.
Yeah, it's competitive. Exactly.
That's what I
So,
like to say.
but we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to get the job. I already had another job that looks promising, but they didn't hire me. So, but we'll see. I'm going to keep looking, keep searching, and we'll see what we can do.
Nice. Yeah.
I'll
Anything?
say we'll see one more time.
Well, no, because I mean, getting a job is pretty. I don't know. I wouldn't say that I guess maybe I lucked into the job that I had because I definitely applied multiple times.
Right.
And the title that I have isn't even going to be doing what I applied to do, really.
Really?
Yeah, not really.
Oh,
I applied as like a postmaster student, and then and really what I'm doing is continuing my graduate research. So it's like
That sounds kind of like postmasters, isn't it? Or is it just like you're like I should have just got my PhD at this point?
yeah, it feels that way because it feels like you guys are gonna get more bang for your buck because I know how to do PhD level project stuff.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's a lot more. It's a lot more involved than I think a master student would probably do. I don't know. I can't gauge it, but
Yeah, that's kind of one of the things I'm a little bit faced with right now in the job market. I don't really know where to gauge my position in the hierarchy. It's interesting because every single job I've gotten an interview with, it's always after I directly message the recruiters, but I literally get no responses back when I'm just letting the algorithm just.
They're sorting thing.
Well, I'll apply to jobs and I will hear nothing back. I'll just hear, unfortunately, you've not been selected.
Yeah.
But then every time I reach out to a recruiter, it always seems like people are like, "Oh, you have good experience. Like we're impressed with your resume."
Yeah.
So I don't know what the mismatch is there.
Right.
But I'm like, is it just because I'm, good at talking?
Right.
And I'm like, and these people think I'm better than I am. I don't really know how to gauge it just yet. But I've gotten so many more interviews now because I've been reaching out to the recruiters directly.
Yeah.
But I've gotten denied on several jobs already now, so I don't know what the deal is. I'm like, maybe I'm just not preparing for the interviews enough. The second interview, I don't know. Still figuring it out.
Yeah, I think the big selling point for me was I applied cold. I just applied to
Yeah.
them, never reached out to their HR people or the job positioning board thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just straight up applied, got an email back of the interested parties, and went from there. But the interviews were are like uh, I didn't understand what the interviews were supposed to be
Yeah.
until way later. So yeah, once I mastered that, I was able to like get more callbacks and offers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I got lucky because I literally quit the job at the post office, and then a couple
Yeah.
weeks later, they were like, "We want to interview you
Right.
for
Your
this
timing
job."
was very, very good.
Yeah, yeah. It's been it would be 4 months of technically not having a job.
Right.
I think December, January, February, March, and April. Oh,
Right,
five.
right.
Shit.
Damn,
Yeah.
time flies,
I
man.
know. But yeah, it's yeah, and so you don't really have the luxury to do that. Um, it's hard to apply for jobs when you know that your other job is lined up,
Right, right.
but you're like, man, I need some money in between those.
And also we've talked about this at length on the Patreon too. So you
Mhm.
can, if you want to look
Oh,
back
yeah.
at that, also we kind of talked about this journey more so.
Yes.
But yeah, it's like
Yeah, the job market is interesting out there.
Yeah, yeah, but all in all, just the content will be changing.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple ideas that I have with current content that's like back cataloged for me, and I've teased it a couple times on the Patreon, but I guess for me, I'm more aligned with putting a higher frequency out than I'm used to.
Interesting.
But I
It's a
almost feel
claim
like
though, Juan.
I know I almost feel like I want to like have a small back catalog
yeah, yeah.
so that I can get momentum.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but I don't know. It's like
We'll have to
instead of
figure
just
out
having
also how
one
to
idea.
manage an account too with across the country because before it could just be, I could be logged. You can be logged in on one computer or
Yeah.
whatever. But now, I think you can share accounts with two different emails though. So we'll see what we need to do with that too.
Yeah, yeah. It'll be
We'll
very
figure all
interesting.
this out. This is all stuff for us, really.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, in the audience, like, what do you guys think we should?
Yeah.
How we should pivot? I mean,
It might
Like-
be a short podcast today. You think?
maybe so.
Because I don't know if we can stretch this out for now.
No, we can't.
I don't think we need to stretch
Yeah, I don't
it out
think
for
we
now.
really do need to.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't know if the audience really knows or has a gathering of like what maybe ideas we should think about executing.
Yeah.
Or, do you like the clips idea? Do you like the
They're going to say all the above.
all of the above? They're gonna say that.
We might have to put a poll on the community page or something
Yeah,
and
we will.
get some better feedback,
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's it, right?
I don't know. Maybe. In
can't think of
summary,
anything
both
else.
of us are getting jobs.
Well, maybe me.
I have a job.
Oh,
but
you have a
shitty
job,
one.
yeah, but
I
more.
want a better job.
Yeah, that's gonna move.
Especially
you.
if you get a better job. Now I can't let you beat me out on salary. That's bullshit.
Terrace is way more competitive than me. I don't. I'm
I'm
like,
just joking. I don't care.
but it is. Yeah, I guess coordinating would be the hardest thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, we're both getting jobs. We're trying to coordinate stuff and keep the channel alive.
Yeah, try to think of some cool ideas that me and Juan could do that are like one-off things
to
Mhm.
where we could, plan something and
suggest those, and also even I guess maybe not just to pigeonhole you. You can also think of more frequent content, just whatever you think, whatever ideas you guys come up with. Let us know.
Yeah.
So
short,
yeah,
short form, long form, all the above.
Yeah.
More interviews, more Zoom-like interviews. If you guys could go back maybe and look at those, I know Terrence is like, ah, shit.
the Zoom is just
it's brutal, man.
But it is tough. But if you guys really, really like those, I know that literally the Zoom episodes are also the ones where we have really great guests. So
Yeah.
I'm not.
that's the only exception because the guests are just impossible to get without the Zoom. That's where I'll
Right.
do those.
Yeah. I mean, some of our hardest hitting videos are with
Zoom guests.
the Zoom guests.
Yeah.
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 So,
So yeah, I think that's it, guys.
Yeah.
Make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe as you normally do.
subscribe to the Clips channel. There's a clips channel, right?
It's hidden,
It's hidden.
and I use it only for like cutting up podcasts and things. I used to use that for the clips on the Twitter.
Yeah.
So there's no
Okay.
real clips channel.
Okay, so we'll
It's a fake channel.
so we'll probably be putting clips out in the Eigenbros channel.
Yeah, we might as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's it.
And then yeah, guys, of course, check out Eigenbros.com, Eigenbros on Instagram, Eigenbros on Twitter, Eigenbros2 on TikTok, and Patreon.com/Eigenbros if you guys want to listen to the Patreon episodes. If you're just itching for content, check that out. $1, you guys get full audio podcast and Discord access. So if you want to chat to, if you're missing your boys that much, you can get access to Discord and chat to us. You'll get membership. You can speak to the other people in the audience. So I guess that's it.
Let me also just say this: the Patreon people will more than likely be getting content every week still.
Right.
Yeah, because we do it for the Patreon. So at this point,
and you guys pay for that. So
you guys pay for that. So
we gotta give you something.
We do that every week, and I mean, it might be a hybrid show. It'll, if anything, we'll probably incorporate some sides, so you're getting something out of it, and then also our daily lives.
We'll see. I don't know. I don't want to promise.
But we'll see. I do want it to be sort of somewhat scientific, so you guys can get something out of it if you new patrons come in.
Okay.
So you're at least learning something and not just hearing us talk about our lives. But yeah, and just to also pivot to that, but the free content ends now. No, I'm just kidding. The free content we'll take a brief hiatus, and we'll be talking about what it looks like on the Patreon, Discord, all that stuff. The conversation will continue, so please join us there.
Indeed.
And I think that's it.
I think that's it, guys.
All right, peace.
See you later.